Located at the heart of the Red River Delta, Hanoi is one of the oldest capital cities in Southeast Asia. The city develops from ancient villages formed by the river's alluvium and influenced by the water rice culture. From the beginning of the 21st century, the local government and real estate developers have created rapid changes in the city's planning and construction. On August 1, 2008, Hanoi was expanded after the National Assembly of Vietnam adopted a resolution to merge Hà Tây province and some areas of Vĩnh Phúc and Hòa Bình provinces into the capital city. The move increased the size of the city to more than 3,300 square kilometers with more than 6.2 million inhabitants, making it one of the 17 largest capital cities in the world. On May 6, 2016, Vietnamese Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc signed a decision to amend the capital region's planning for 2030 with a vision to 2050. Accordingly, the region consists of Hanoi and 9 surrounding provinces with a total area of more than 24,000 square kilometers and a population of some 23 million inhabitants in 2030. The planning is aimed to distribute national resources efficiently, minimize the negative impacts of urbanization on the environment, ensure prosperity and sustainability of the region. Vietnam's Ministry of Construction has proposed the government use the service of the Institute of Urban Planning and Development of Île-de-France region in France. Since the end of 2004, experts from the institute have been working in Hanoi to provide technical assistance for the municipal authority in urban planning, management and development. Hello and welcome to Sharing Vietnam. The capital city of Hanoi has been rapidly expanded and urbanized in recent years. The process has profoundly changed the landscape as well as increased the income of many people, but it also has major drawbacks and negative consequences. In our program today, we will get to know more about the situation as well as the cooperation between French and Vietnamese specialists to tackle the challenges. Our guest today is Mr. Emmanuel Cerise, co-director of the Hanoi Île-de-France Urban Development Cooperation Project. So hello Mr. Cerise, thank you very much for joining us today. What are the similarities between Hanoi capital region and Île-de-France?
Île-de-France is Paris, with the capital of France, and Hanoi is a great capital also. And so there is some similarities, for example, in terms of relationship between local government and national government, how to deal with two levels of the administration. And a capital is very specific for that. And there is also some similarity about the skill that the administrative board have to hand. So, for example, in Île-de-France, the region Île-de-France is in charge of urban planning, of public transportation, and it was, at the beginning of the cooperation, it was a huge question for Hanoi. In 2008, when the Hanoi became bigger, the territories is much similar also as Île-de-France region. It means there is the capital city, very dense, very urbanized, but there is a suburban area and rural area. In fact, in Île-de-France region is exactly the same. So from this time, 2008, we start also to develop projects in rural area or suburban area.
The urbanization of Hanoi has been expanding rapidly in recent years. What do you think of some major problems with the process so far?
One good opportunity is to manage the territory of the province of Hanoi better than before. because in fact, of course, the influence of the city was already bigger than the former province limit. So now it's quite better because is one of the main points of this exhibition is that a metropole could be developed properly only if the metropole take care of the surrounding area, and because the surrounding participate also to the metropolization of a city. And so I think it's a good opportunity, but it's a great challenge also for Hanoi. I feel that there is not a problem, but there is agriculture, for example, don't looks very attractive for them, and so they don't focus a lot about how to develop agriculture, how to keep agriculture, and to make agriculture a part of the economic development of Hanoi. Mostly, Vietnamese people think that the economic development is industrial development, is services development, but not agriculture. And I think is an error.
An exhibition entitled Hanoi, the Future Metropolis, has been underway from September the 1st to the 21st at the French Cultural Center L'Espace in Hanoi. The event is held in tandem with the publication of a book with the same name by a group of French and Vietnamese researchers who have long been working in Hanoi. With a diverse collection of maps and field studies, the book and the exhibition show the long-standing history of urbanization in Thăng Long, Hanoi. The researchers focus on the impacts of big urban development projects on villages and the changing role of suburban residents during the urbanization process.
Suburban villages in Hanoi have existed for hundreds or even thousands of years. We definitely must pay attention to these villages during the urbanization planning so that they can be effectively preserved and integrated in the modern urban system.
Along with the exhibition, a seminar with the same title also took place with the participation of Vietnamese and French experts, together with many local residents. The researchers of different disciplines, including geography, architecture, agriculture, and planning, provided in-depth analysis of Hanoi's major issues, such as the acquisition of farming land for urban and industrial zone development, the employment of rural workers, and suburban agriculture. The speakers emphasized the need to raise awareness of the villages, especially those of the suburban areas, to ensure sustainable development, social welfare, and cultural identity of the capital region.
The first problem is water management. The urbanization process had destroyed a system of agricultural irrigation and ponds, causing inundation risks. The second problem is employment. Many farmers have lost their land, and the population at suburban areas is almost as dense as the urban ones. When farming land is taken from farmers, they have to find new jobs, which causes social issues.
Vai trò của đất nông nghiệp cần phải được nhấn mạnh hơn trong cái quy hoạch đô thị của Hà Nội với cái chức năng nhiều cái gọi là đa chức năng. Thứ nhất là chức năng về sinh kế cho người nông dân. Chức năng thứ hai nữa là chức năng về cảnh quan xanh. Thứ ba là cung ứng thực phẩm cho đô thị. Đấy là những cái chức năng mà chúng ta không thể thiếu được của cái nền nông nghiệp đô thị, và trong thời gian tới thì hiện nay các cái chính sách của chúng ta trong cái quy hoạch đô thị và chính là phát triển đô thị thì thường chúng ta chỉ ưu tiên xây dựng và các cái công trình phi nông nghiệp, trong khi đó chưa để ý được đầy đủ đến vai trò của các cái không gian xanh cũng như là hoạt động nông nghiệp.
Well, an exhibition of the integration of urban and rural areas in Hanoi is now underway. What is the purpose and the key message of the event?
We work with a lot of researchers on this exhibition and this book. And main goal of this exhibition is to look look at Hanoi, not only on the city center. I mean, there is a lot of books already, a lot of research, knowledge about Hanoi city, but to look at Hanoi as the province of Hanoi. I mean, the whole territory of Hanoi, and to show what's happened in the suburban area, with a historical level, with a geographical level, with a social level, and to understand, to develop a project in this area, we have to understand clearly this area. And unfortunately, most of the developer thinks that there is nothing, so it's just rice field, so we can do a project easily, but it is not true. And the territory is complex, and with this exhibition we want to show that in fact there is a very interesting area, very complex, and we have to take care of this area as a potential for the city.
What are the major recommendations for the development of Hanoi at this exhibition?
Maybe the major recommendation that we can have for Hanoi is to don't forget the history of this territory. I mean, is mainly rice field, and rice field is also a good balance with the management of the water, and it's very, very important. I mean, when we see, for example, the Kutapte area, the housing area, there is quite always a pound of water. So in this development, there is not a lot of problem of flooding, etc. Flooding, etc. And in the new development, most of the time, around the Ring Road 3, for example, there is no pound, no attention to the water network, and it's a huge problem. And what we can learn, how we can learn how to do, just look at how the farmer do with the rice field.
What do you think of the potential for cooperation between Vietnam and France in developing the Hanoi capital region in the future, such as infrastructure development?
What we can do in the next future is to work more on innovation, on a smart city, on a more integrated project with university, with different departments, to make a better planning. And for that, I think that we can also have some support from private company, because there is a lot of small private company, very, very innovative in Ile-de-France, with a very nice technical solution for different problems, and working with this kind of cluster and technical cluster could be very interesting.
Mr. Cerise, thank you very much for joining us today and sharing valuable insights.
Thank you.
Well, that's all for our Sharing Vietnam today. Hopefully, with the enthusiastic support from France and international partners, the urbanization of Hanoi will be better managed in order to ensure sustainable development and cultural identity. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again next time.